Joe Crispin.
How you doing?
You ready to roll?
Am I too close to
No, you're cool.
I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep this on you the entire time.
Fun.
What's up with your knee? Tell people.
Partially torn MCL.
Okay.
Should be out in another month or so. Hopefully it won't be so long, but that's 3 weeks so far, so I'm working to get it back.
So you're out, no golfing today. We're at the Coaches vs. Cancer golf tournament. We're gonna go talk to some people.
Just talking and eating. Fun. It's not a bad day either. Golfing's fun, but talking and eating isn't bad.
Yeah, most people would be like pounding beers, but Joe's not a drinker, and I'm working, so I can't.
True. That camera
happen.
might be shaking a little bit too much if you had a couple.
Now, if I was with Lasicki, it might be a different story.
True.
Okay, let's hit the road.
Did you say you want a sandwich?
Just 2 meatballs. So we're asking everybody who's the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle. What do you think?
Joe Crispin.
Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle?
Oh, I gotta go Taylor Battle.
Really? Dan McKenna, who do you think is the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin?
I'm going with Joe. He's right behind me. So.
There you go.
So we have an official Ed DeCellis sighting.
Yo.
Hillary Scott. What are your thoughts on the whole Ed DeCellis thing? You're on camera here. What do you?
I was definitely surprised, but you know, just in talking to him, I think it's probably a good move for him. Just seems more relaxed, and seems like he'll be able to enjoy the opportunity. So I'm happy for him. But you know, of course, it's a definite transition for the program. So from a Penn State perspective, I'm definitely curious to see what the next step is.
Hopefully, they get this thing wrapped up soon. I'm not going to ask you which direction they go because by the time people see this, it's probably going to be done.
They're going to know the direction.
Yeah. What can we expect out of Morrissey, you think, here?
He looks good. For a financial planner, he looks like he's in shape. And
I don't mean about that. I mean golf-wise.
But he's more worried about looking good on the course, I think, right?
Yeah, right.
It's more important to look good on the course than to golf well. And usually the second comes after the first, right?
Right, yeah.
He's got his priorities straight.
There you go.
Feel good, play good, right?
That's exactly right.
Danny, what do you think of the back of that?
What does it say? I honestly. Oh God, I didn't even know.
I don't want Brian Allen coaching me in any way, shape, or form.
Financially?
In any way.
Basketball?
I don't want him coaching me at all.
So you hurt yourself golfing?
I hurt myself golfing.
But you're still out here manning up.
I got to man up, you know. I mean, the pros use these, so I figured I'd break it out too, you know. Yeah, you know what it was is that my spikes had ground down all the way to the bottom, so they weren't used to being stable.
Nice.
So, yeah, just don't ever get old, Mark. Don't ever get old.
You want to chime in where we have the debate going on who's the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle?
You can't even compare. Like, have you ever seen this clown Joe today? You seen the highlights of what he's doing over there across the sea?
I've seen.
Joe not only has, what he has on Taylor is he has the same. They have the skills, but he's got the brain. He's got the old school brain, so he knows how to do what he does.
Some people were suggesting playing them together. Could you imagine that?
But he'll beat him every time because he's old school. he's got the mind. He knows all the little tricks.
Old guys sticking together.
Well, you know what? I'm just keeping it real, that's all. He's got a little more meat on him too now. He's got some muscle, got that man strength. Taylor wouldn't have it. And I love Taylor. But he just doesn't have a chance.
So Glenn, I'm trying to get from people who's the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle? Don't let Joe hear you though.
Did you mean Brian Allen?
No,
Did anyone meet Brian Allen?
Did he play here?
Yeah. Is he just a guy that hangs out, or did he play here?
When did Brian Allen play? Was that back in the 40s?
Jeez, I think 46. 46.
40s.
Taylor Battle had a great career. Joe Crispin had a great career. Hats off to both of those guys. Very good Penn State basketball players.
Politically
correct answer.
Correct, right.
Boom! There you go.
Brian Allen, that rap one. I know you already know this after a couple holes, but does your team have the mental edge to win this thing? Okay.
Yeah, they love pressure like you, Crispin.
I like it.
They love pressure.
Crispin or Taylor Battle?
Oh, I can't go there. They both are so unique. Each one had what they did have in common is neither of them never saw a shot they didn't like.
And neither lacked for confidence, did they?
Oh, and they never did. They just see it and stroke broke it, and Taylor would make those 35-footers, Joe would make those 35-footers, and you know, just nothing but greatness. But Joe Crispin, he's matured like fine wine. He's got a great mental game right now.
That's right. That's right.
Fine wine.
It's taken
Like
10
fine
years.
wine,
It's taken
baby.
10 years, but hey, better late than never.
Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really seen Joe. I mean,
He's right here. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, I've seen Joe like when he plays with us. Like I was too young when he was playing. Like I started playing
True.
late, so I definitely started watching late. You know what I mean?
When
So,
did you play here, Joe?
2001.
but I mean,
You were what, 7 years old?
yeah.
So you can't make a call
I
on it.
was
You're
here when
gonna.
he played.
I
I'm
can't
from
make a
State
call
College,
on it.
so
I mean,
yeah, I remember when he played.
Okay.
just
When you were
from the way he
three, when I was
shoots the
three,
ball,
right?
I'll say
All right.
Joe is a better three-point shooter.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't play with Joe, but I don't know with their speed and quickness.
Being good. He's
I
being
don't know.
diplomatic.
I don't know what that was like, but he's pretty quick when he plays with us. So I can imagine 10 years ago, he was pretty damn quick.
You can take Taylor. I took Taylor. That's
He's I say Joe's a little more crafty.
Yeah.
Just because he's a seasoned vet. Yeah, he has all the one-legged fadeaways. He knows all the separation deals. Taylor, he still uses his athletic ability and ball handling to kind of get away from guys. Joe, he'll step back on you on one leg, some Dirk Nowitzki type.
That's the best analysis we've had. Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle?
Wow. Now there's a question for the ages.
He's loving when I'm asking people.
I am
this.
right Go ahead, Bo.
I propose a one-on-one matchup, and tomorrow. And Jared Stevens will ref. Glenn Secunda will commentate.
You will set screens.
I will set screens
For me
for
only.
each one. And Fight on State will report it.
Did you get a free ball
No
soup
advice.
with that hat?
No, I don't.
Has anybody else asked that
It's
today?
sunshade. I gotta stay light. I don't want to get too dark, you know.
We're asking everybody, who is the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle? You've seen them all.
Who's the better guard? And I can't say Ron Brown, huh? I'd take a tie. I wouldn't want to say.
I'll tell you,
Appreciate that,
everybody's
Dave.
been
Appreciate
nice
that.
to
Thanks.
you.
Joe won a lot of big games. He won a lot of big games. He played a pretty good team. I'd have to call it a tie. I don't think I'd give either.
Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle, what do you think?
Well, I don't like to compare eras, all right, and that's not
Since
the worst
Crispin
thing to
played
do.
so long
So
ago.
long before. You're exactly right.
So I don't compare eras.
Okay.
That wouldn't be right. They were both great, and they're both in their
The game
era.
was different.
Right.
When the older guys were playing. Yeah.
Back when they used the peach baskets and that sort of thing, right?
Is that a good answer?
Taylor Battle or Joe Crispin?
Really?
Come on, you gotta make a call.
I don't know anything about basketball, so I better just opt out of that question. Is that a good answer? Okay.
In all seriousness, we've seen where the Bob Perks Cancer Assistance Fund has come over the last 6 years. What is it? Just tell me about what that means to you and seeing this whole thing kind of pair up with Coaches versus Cancer and whatnot.
Well, as far as the pairing up, I mean, it's just so wonderful how it's worked. You know, we've got CVC that's raising a lot of money to make people better.
Yeah.
Without that, we'd really be in trouble. And then, you know, on the other end, we've got the BCAF, which is doing what CVC wasn't able to do until now, and that's helping people financially. And so the combination is just perfect, the two of them together.
The ability to help people locally. I know you obviously were touched by cancer, and so many people have been. Steve Jones was mentioning, we see the video of all the people we've lost. What does it mean to you to be able to not just, you know, send this money off somewhere, but it's actually helping people that we know in this community?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because just this weekend somebody came up to me and started telling me a really nice story, and it all goes back to this attitude of pay it forward.
Yeah.
And what we're starting to see so much of is, you know, somebody that we helped is coming back now, and they're giving back, and I'm seeing that over and over again, because we're a small local community, and people are so touched by what we've done, and then they give back to someone else, and it's really been a neat phenomenon to see happen.
You just see this thing growing and growing and growing, especially the
You know,
Perks
who would have
Cancer
known?
Assistance
I
Fund.
mean, that in 5 years we're already up to giving away over $130,000
Yeah.
last year. So, you know, we just wanted to do something good when we started this, and I don't think we anticipated it being where it is now, and so who knows?
It means a lot. I mean, it means a lot to everybody, because when they showed the video at the banquet on Thursday night, there were so many people there that we've lost along the way. And then I looked out in the audience and I saw the people who are cancer survivors, which means now we're starting to win more than we lose. And then, of course, this is a battle we can't lose, and you can't do it unless you have money.
Dan, what's it like to get back for the Coaches versus Cancer golf tournament?
Oh, it's great just to see everybody, you know, watch everyone out there swinging away, just having a good time. So it's, you know, for a great cause, obviously. So.
How much of it is, how much fun do you guys have catching up with old players, and do the stories, the careers get better in the rearview mirror, or what's it like?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, it seems like everyone seems to play better and better every year, even though we haven't played for a couple of years. But no, it's just good seeing everybody catching up, you know, watch everyone grow up from, you know, being former players now we're talking about kids and families and stuff. So it's just a neat way to come back and definitely kind of, you know, catch up with everyone for sure.
It's an awesome event. It's just incredible to come out here and see a lot of the same faces, a lot of new faces every year. And you know, it's exciting to see how well it's done, how much money they're raising. So it's a thrill.
You get to help out a great cause. The fight against cancer is something extremely important, dear and near to all of our hearts. And you get also a chance to see people that you haven't seen in a while, and it's a nice, rewarding experience to be a part of.
I mean, it's great to be a part of it. It's still kind of weird being an alumni now, but you know, just you know, I have family members that battle cancer. My grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer a couple years back. You know, she's doing really well now. I had a grandfather recently pass actually during the season of bone cancer. So you know, just to come out here and support Coaches versus Cancer, and you know, it means so much to coach and things like that. And you know, so many people have battled cancer and have, you know, family members that they're, you know, help battling cancer with. It's just it's a privilege to be out here.
It's remarkable the way it's progressed, and I feel great about it, Mark. It's started out with a three-point contest during games, and then Jerry decided to do the golf thing, and then Eddie just took it a step further, and the committee has been unbelievable, and it's just a class event, and obviously one of the most successful CVC events in the country, so it's terrific.
Now, whoever this next coach is, they got to pick up this baton and run with it, right?
They do, buddy, absolutely. No doubt about that.
And the last question we're asking everybody, we're having some fun. Who's the better Penn State guard, Taylor Battle or Joe Crispin?
Boy, I'll tell you.
Everybody's being so politically correct.
That's a tough call. Both
You're
terrific.
allowed to take Freddie or money if you wanted to. That'd be your easy way out.
I'd have to be loyal, but I couldn't pick one over the other with any of those four guys.
No, for me, it's always been a pleasure and privilege coming back. But especially as I've just got to, the longer you live, the more you're affected by cancer.
Yeah.
You know, just for family and friends and experiences, and the easier it is to get behind something like this and be involved in something like this. And the more enjoyable it is, because you're making an investment and with your time and money to hopefully make a difference in people's lives locally and elsewhere.
And finally, before we sign off, you think you'll get a chance to go head-to-head with Taylor? Because you guys have played a little bit in the past. We've been having some fun with that, but I think you guys probably both made each other a little bit better.
No, in the summertime, usually I enjoy that. Although in a one-on-one game, I make sure to limit the dribbles. I'm not guarding more than 3 dribbles anymore.
I love it. Thanks, man.
My pleasure.
Steve, you're a longtime follower of Penn State hoops. Who is the better Penn State guard, Joe Crispin or Taylor Battle?
Danny Earl.
Well with Dan Earl right there.